does one deal with frustration and fear of thoughts? I'm completely being bullied by my own thoughts. No matter what I do, there is that fucking voice. Even if something goes right, the voice says I'm not worth it. There's no escape from it. It's becoming unbearable. I just want to be free or die. What would happen if you loved that voice? You don't have to listen to it. But what would just happen if you treated it like it was a really angry small child? Scared. Wanting. Fearing. Tired. What if instead of giving it so much power, you see that, like all bullies, if you just stand there and listen to it, and you don't flinch and you don't move, and you even do this radical thing where you open your heart to it, just a little bit, even in a soft way, like, it's okay. I understand that's why you think. I understand that's the way you think. I understand what you're saying. I'm not gonna move, but I hear you. What would happen then? If you have compassion for the voice. You have compassion for the voice in you that is the enemy, that feels like the enemy. It's just, again, it's really just a scared child. And that compassion can extend outward to other voices. It's not easy. Nothing about any of this is easy. But it is possible. To hear the fear and to hear the anger and to hear the judgment and to hear the criticism and to hear it coming all from the very same source. This really scared, separate me that just doesn't want to surrender in some ways, to surrender to the simplicity of not knowing, of not having control, of not being in charge. Because there's an innocence to this voice, as insidious as it can be. There's an innocence to it. It's scared and it's mad. It's mad because we sacrifice for love and approval, which never actually comes from other people. We sacrifice our own honest self-respect. For love and approval from others. And so that started at a certain point, and so all of this anger is literally that voice throwing a tantrum in the body. It's this incredible rage. You've been lying to me the whole time. You've been lying the whole time. Why do you keep doing things so people will like you? They can't like you. I'm right here. You've been lying to me the whole time. You know, the minute you turn towards it and you love it, it'll become louder, and it'll become worse. So have the courage it takes to love something that is just totally terrified. It's terrified. Doesn't know who it'll be. Doesn't know how it's going to get out of here alive. It hates not having control over all of the other animals. And the good news is that it's not your original voice. The bully, the critic, the judge, that's not your original voice. That voice grew out of this repression of your natural desire in order to be approved of by your family and your friends and society. This voice is developed by culture. It's developed by lying to yourself. Innocently, you don't know because you're scared. You're young and you're totally scared, and the animals around you are big and everybody is moving very quickly, and you're just trying to survive. So you lie to yourself to get love because it looks like there's a lack of it. Everybody's so pissed. And this just generates a rage and an anger that feels self-inflicted, because it is. And if you can love that rage and that anger, it will subside, and that voice will become a comedian that will tell you the funniest jokes. It'll say things like, well, they should have done this. Oh, she could have done that. Oh, I wish I hadn't. And at first it might be hard to laugh, but over time, it's just like you have a best friend with you and all they do is make you laugh, pretending to be in charge. It's not easy. What I'm saying is not easy. It's very painful. There's such a strong programming to be loved by something outside of us, by some person, something. So we seek love. And it feels like that's the right thing to do. We seek it. We look for it. But the truth is, it's not satisfying. Because the objects in the world change. They don't always meet our expectations. They don't always hold up to our desires. It's like we have a 50-50 relationship. We kind of half get what we want when we seek love. And if you turn to the voice and you become love and you love the voice, you accept it with kind of an open compassion for the fact that it's terrified. It's totally terrified because it believes that it's separate from everything. Then this love can transform it. Then you have compassion for the bully. You have compassion for the one who wants to know. You have compassion for fear. And then maybe you have a comedic friend who just pretends to be the dictator of the universe, telling you jokes all day long. You can do it. You can do it because this isn't your original voice. This is not a hopeless possibility. You can absolutely do it. It just requires opening your heart to the last person you could imagine opening your heart to.